I'm Skylux Timelines, and this is the 15th episode of Gravelous, the challenge where I try to survive the game with using all the gravel roads, and I've actually done that already. The 90k was the limit to get the megalopolis status for the city, and we're already in 120. And I've also removed all the tram tracks and stuff like that, so it's on buses only, and we are doing actually reasonably well. 90% traffic flow at the moment, which is okay, but this haven't always been okay. Now you can still see that there is some abandonment. Here we do see, let's check the reason. Oh, wait. Okay. So it was no raw materials, which is something that is actually surprisingly hard to figure. I mean, I do have the raw material things, these over here, and it haven't solved that one. But then there was another one, another big problem for quite a long time, and that was this one. Not enough buyers for products. And then on the other hand, there was a problem for commercial zones that, okay, there is not enough goods to sell. And yeah, that was actually the first problem. Then I started to add these generic industry here and there in order to meet that one. But it didn't help all that much. To be honest, I mean, it helped a little bit, but then eventually it's created this problem, which is that there is not enough buyers for the products. And still there were some places that had not enough goods to sell. For example, this Mean District was a very abysmal place. I think I have actually rezoned all of the commercial. Well, apart from that one, apparently, I have rezoned them into either offices or residential. And I then figured that what is reason. I actually started to follow some cargo trucks from here and there, and realized that quite a lot of them actually just disappeared because there is a time limit. So that if a car, whether it's the pocket car of the citizen or it's a cargo truck or whatever, unless it's public transportation, they do have a time limit, and if that time's up, then they actually disappear, which is one reason why the traffic flow always seems to be fairly good. But then on the other hand, it seemed like that these 30k per hour gravel roads are just too slow for taking some goods to sell from, let's say, here to here. And guess what? There was no connection from this industrial area to here. So that's kind of the thing. So that was one thing and one reason why this didn't actually work all that well. I have now rezoned so that, or let's say I did do some connections to the neighborhoods from the industrial places, and I rezoned so that all the commercial is actually quite close to the industrial places, so that they do have goods to sell and then the rest is residential. So, well, offices can actually be pretty much anywhere, but anyway. So all the commercial is usually very close to the industrial places, so that shouldn't appear all that much. Here we apparently do have two notifications, but that's okay. Yeah, and that kind of like solves so. And I also noticed that apart from like this cargo station and then these two cargo stations and that one, and I think that one, apart from those places, the traffic actually reduced a lot because the goods were actually traveling so much less through the entire city. So that was good. That's definitely a good decision, and I do recommend in some other cities as well to try that. But then on the other hand, most of the cities would have some highways that go, that was it like 80 or 100k per hour instead of 30. So yeah, anyway, you get my point. Now, besides that, and that is actually the last thing that I did, I've also added, well, this place and these places over here, and this is some countryside. The newest new thing, or one of the newest, is this fishy thing over here. Fish factory, female prison over there, tuna fishing harbor, and so on. So that's what I did also, and I did build the fish market over here, just for fun, mostly. And then besides them, I also did these two places. So here we do have a zoo, which is actually quite lovable, I gotta say. I mean, I didn't pay all that much attention to the details, but it's still like, it still works very well. I also had to add this river going here, so I could attach this sea life enclosure over here. But that also inspired me to make this nature reserve thing over here. So that's pretty cool as well. I'm really liking this. But yeah, that's pretty much all that has happened so far. And I do still have two things in my mind that I want to build over here. One is a rich neighborhood over here, taking this place and then a hotel and stuff like that, kind of beachfront of here, and then that's pretty much about building things. Then after that, I guess I would just test further the capabilities of the entire city grid layout thingamabob, whatever it is. Anyway, yeah, I guess that's pretty much all that I've done so far off screen. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe to stuff.